And we are back. I am so glad to see you today. Do I have some patterns for you? It is time for another Yarn and Whimsy Roundup. I'm Karen, and I have so much to show you. I have so much to show you guys today. First of all, I am obsessed with dog and puppy patterns. Also, I am very much in my shark era still. And, sharks, dogs, puppies, and monsters. Obsessed with all of the above. We'll be seeing lots of them. For some reason, all of a sudden, so many dog patterns have been popping up in my feed and on my Etsy, and I just can't stand it. I kept adding them to my cart and adding them to my favorites and hearting them all, and suddenly I'm like, there's just no other option but to do a complete and total roundup. We just have to do a complete roundup all on dogs and puppies. What had happened was they haunted me. And so here we are. I started this roundup with 8 patterns, and I have ended it with 11. I just couldn't stick to 8. There were just too many. They kept dropping in my lap. They kept just showing up on my doorstep, waiting to be made. I wish I even knew where to start. I do have a lot of good patterns, and honestly, all of them are worth your time today. Some really, really worth your time. So let's jump in. First off, I'm gonna show you this little cutie. This is a free pattern. I'm gonna put it up here on Instagram from Crochet.by.sammy. And it is the cutest little Zero dog. I mean, like, is there a better dog than Zero? I mean, certainly not this time of year, right? This is Zero. He's adorable. Like I said, totally free on Instagram from Crochet.by.sammy. And he works up so fast. He's super easy, super fast. The head is great. The shaping on the head is great. There are some instructions for more shaping that you could do after the fact. I didn't. What I did do was mess up my eye. This eye is bad. I know. But we're going to turn it this way and never look at it again. We're going to only look at this side. I will fix that at some point. I will definitely fix that eye. But for today, we're not going to talk about it. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Only this side matters, which is adorable. It works up super easy. The ears are a clever design. They're done really well. I do wish, the one tiny, tiny little negative I have for the ears is that I wish that it was a little more clear to me how to attach them and what orientation how they should be oriented on the dog. Because I think I probably should have turned them around so they would lay something like this, but I didn't. And so instead of laying like this, which might be better aesthetically, I had to kind of like fuss with them to get them back like this, which is still okay. I'm still pretty happy with that. The other thing is, if you saw this and you're already yelling at me at home and telling me, Karen, hey, you got the head on backwards. I know, I didn't know, but I know. Apparently this opening, my son Andy, who is the expert on all things Disney, tells me that this opening should actually be in the front, and I have not fixed that yet. I probably will fix it because it'll probably bother him on some level. If I don't, but for today, I have left it how it is. So if you're at home yelling at me, telling me it's on wrong, I know. We're gonna not mention that like we're not mentioning the eye. It's not gonna be all right. The other thing is I did it in Big Twist Posh, hoping, because it's kind of a stiffer yarn, hoping that I could get it to like stand on some level, but it really doesn't. It doesn't really do that. So my solution to that, and that's one thing that I do wish there was some way that this could stand so you could display it, because as it is, it just lays flat and it kind of looks like a doily with a head on it. So what I do is I just took a little tiny octo that I had laying around and I just set him on it, and that's how I display him on my shelf. It's just, I mean, you can't really tell from this, but let me see. So if I just put my little octo there and then just put him on that, and then they look cute. I mean, don't look at that eye, but doesn't he look cute? See, that's much better. So I wish that there was some sort of body base that kind of kept him upright, because he's so cute on a shelf like that. I really like him, and he's free. Hello, free. this time of year, you should all go check it out. I'm gonna link the Instagram. I'm gonna link all of these patterns down below, but I'm gonna link Crochet.by.Sammy's Instagram because this pattern is awesome. Okay, pattern number 2. We are gonna look at this cutie. This is, I'm gonna put it here, Pax the Puppy from Snuggle Beans Crochet. This is part of Snuggle Beans Crochet's Splooting series. She has all of these animals that are just laying down flat, and they're adorable. Like there's dragons, and I don't know, there's a frog, there's a bunny, there's a lot of them, and I think I'm gonna be making more because this little guy is stinking adorable. Pax the Puppy, he is so cute. And okay, so here's the thing. He's a little bit of work because you've got all these pieces you have to make, but you make all the pieces, the legs and the tail, and they crochet right in. They're so easy to get on. The ears too. The ears crochet right in. The only thing you're sewing at the end of the day is the head to the body. And it's like a super easy attachment because they're both already sealed up. There's no open space. So it's super easy to attach. It's not like when you have the big head on the open neck and you have to use all your Ammi sticks. You don't need Ammi sticks or anything. This is gonna sew. It's perfect. It's super easy. Just trust me. It's great. The only tiny little critique I might have for this dog is the ears are a little bulky, so they won't lay real flat. And I don't really want to sew them down. I want them to be a little floppy. And they do just kind of stick out a little bit. They're cute. They're really cute. And it's not just mine because I used for Nat. Hers also, she used a different yarn in her picture. And you can tell on that one too that they're just they're a little bulky. And I think they might have benefited, like maybe I would try and make them one layer and just do it in rows. That's always tough too because the rows don't always turn out real clean. I don't know. It's perfect. What am I saying? I would give this pattern an A all day long. And I will, not only will I be making this one again, I'm going to check out the rest of her Splooting series too because it was so easy. As nice as this puppy looks, he looks more complicated than he is. He comes together pretty quick for how darn cute he is. And this muzzle looks like it might be attached separate. It's not. It's just really nicely shaped. It's all part of the head. It's all integrated together, but it's really done well. And the design on it is really nice. It's simple, but effective design. And I really like it. And it's super easy, low stress pattern. I will absolutely be making more. I do want to explain these paws. I could tell you that my dog, Sunny, my dogs are both black-ish. Sunny's getting more gray. She's a doodle mix who is fading to silver like poodles do. And so, but she's got white paws. She's a Bernedoodle, Bernese mountain dog and poodle. So she's got a white muzzle and some white on her paws, but it's fading to silver. And so I could tell you I did this on purpose, but I did not. I lost Yarn Chicken. I knew I was losing. And so before I lost, as soon as I finished the body and the head, I'm like, I'm in trouble. So I did all of these with, I added the white in just to get me through. So that's why he has white paws. But I still think he's adorable. I think he's cute. I almost wish I'd given him a little bit of a white muzzle too, just to tie it all together. But all in all, I think he's adorable. I love him. He can also sit up like this. My daughter had him sitting up like this on the cabinet the other day, and he's so cute. He's a winner. I love him. And how cute are those blue eyes? He's adorable. All right, A pattern. I totally recommend this one. I think he's great for markets too because he's way faster and easier to put together than you would think he is by how cute he looks and how much size he has. I think you could definitely get your money out of this one. I love him. Oh, he was $4.65. Did I say that? He's $4.65 on Etsy. Not a bad price. I would pay that again. I mean, I paid it once. I would pay it again. Just so you guys know, I do purchase all these patterns. I have had a couple people reach out to me offering to send me patterns to review. And while I am happy to look at your patterns and see if they fit into any of my upcoming roundups, and I will put them in if they do, I absolutely will. You don't have to send them to me for free. I will purchase. I like supporting designers. I will purchase them if I think they're appropriate for whatever I have coming up. Just keep in mind that I do these roundups on themes. And so it might be a while before one of your patterns fits into the theme that I have. But if you have something that you've made or you have a designer that you really think I would love, send them to me. By all means, send them to me. The names and the links. You don't have to send me the patterns. Anyway, what a cutie. Love him. All right. Oh, this next one. Speaking of, this next one, someone sent me a link to. She writes patterns and she saw the channel and she said, you know what? I think you might like my frog pattern. And I said, absolutely. I'd love to look at your frog pattern because I think I will be doing a frog roundup at some point. It might be 2 or 3 roundups down the road from now. So she sent me a link to her store and I looked at her frog pattern. While adorable, is not something I could use right now, but this pattern is. I found this pattern on her list and I snatched it up immediately. Is perfect for this roundup. Are you guys ready? It's so cute. Are you so cute? It's Bluey. It is the cutest, tiniest little Bluey you ever saw. I'm gonna put the listing here. It is $4.25 on Etsy. It is from Jfs Art Shop. Jada, I believe is her name. And it's adorable. It's so quick. This would be a stellar market make because you could do this so fast. It does require sewing. You have to be okay with sewing because you're sewing on the ears and you're sewing on this stripe and this muzzle. Obviously you aren't sewing on arms because these are little baubles, which are so cute. I'm gonna tell you what I loved about this. I had actually been looking for a Bluey pattern to do in this roundup and I gave up on it. I'm like, I'm not gonna find a Bluey pattern I wanna make because they all have felt eyes or some sort of crocheted eyes that I just don't feel like look super cohesive, or I just didn't feel like I would execute well. Except for I did see a brand new one come out from Travel Crochet AU on Instagram. Travel Crochet AU. Check her out. I think she's just about to release one or just releasing one, but it had not come out in time for me to do it for this video, or I might have, because it looks pretty cute and it does not have felt eyes. What's our take on felt eyes? Everyone, what do we think about felt eyes? What do you think? Not just eyes, but like felt features, felt glued to your amigurumi, because I am nervous about it. It makes me nervous. I pulled this down just to show you. This is obviously not a dog and not part of today's roundup, but this is the only amigurumi I've ever made that I added felt to because I just did not know what else to do. And so I did it, but I'm gonna show it to you. So I have felt here on Kermit's eyes and felt in his mouth and felt around here. And I love this Kermit. This is actually, I think, a Wonder Crochet pattern. And I love him. We won't look at him too long, but I can tell you, you will never see him. You will never see him again because I have him way up on that shelf up there that you can't see because I don't want anyone fussing with him, because I don't want anyone to rip off his eyes and I don't want them to get too dirty, or I don't know, it makes me nervous. So I would feel really nervous selling it at a market or online and kids pulling on it and it being secure. So do you guys, what do we think? If you guys feel like that's silly, then please let me know. Maybe I'll try again, but I'm team no felt for today. I will reconsider if you think that I should. You let me know. I'm open, but not feeling it. So anyway, I love that this Bluey, all to say, I love that this Bluey didn't have felt eyes, which is why I picked him out. She embroidered the eyes and then did a little white yarn accent around it, which definitely gave the same vibe. I actually decided to go with these eyes that I just happen to have and I think work really well. I just happen to have one set in the perfect size of these eyes that I had gotten on Etsy a long time ago. And I think they work and I really like it. And I would, if I was gonna make more of these, I would probably buy more of these because I think they're perfect. I think it works up really well. It's super fast. The one thing that I wanted to note, and this is not necessarily a problem, but it was a problem for me. For whatever reason, when I crocheted this stripe here, which you do have to sew on after you crochet it was way too big and bulky for the space that I had here. And it wouldn't have left room for the eyes where I needed to put them. I would have had to move the eyes and then they wouldn't have looked right. And so I had to come up with a way to fix that. For me, what I did to fix that is I did her same pattern for this stripe, but I sized my hook down significantly. I did most of Bluey in a 5.0 millimeter hook, and I did this in a 3.5. And that brought it down small enough that it's just right to fit in that space. It worked out just fine. And that was my solution. And I say that you might not have that problem. Your tension and everything might match the designer's. She also did this in worsted weight or acrylic yarn, and I'm doing it in plush yarn, so that might be part of the difference. And you might not have the same problem, but just to say that if you ever have a problem with a design, there are ways to like fix it, right? I didn't change anything about our design. I just changed my hook size and it fit in perfectly, and that was easy peasy. So if I were to make this again, it would go even faster. This could be a really quick make. I love the different colors on it. I think that makes it really appealing to me, but they were all easy. The color changes are actually pretty minimal. You're just doing the color changes in here and on the bobbles. Everything else is just, you're doing one major color change, but not mid-round, and you're sewing on these other pieces. So it looks like you're doing a lot more hard work than you are. And these sew on really easy. They're not hard sew-ons at all. So I really like this one. I think it's really good. I think you could make a lot of these really quick. And the pattern, while it's $4.25, it does come with 3. It comes with Bluey, Bingo, and Muffin. So you could make all of them and have a whole little pack. I think it's a win. I like it. Okay, number 4. No Sew Crochet Dog. Okay, this one, I'm gonna tell you, this one is by Nikkiis Cute Creations. And Nikkiis Cute Creations has this as a free YouTube tutorial. And I went to go buy it on Etsy. It's right here, it's really cute. I'm gonna put it up here, the Etsy listing. And I am impressed with Nikkiis Cute Creation for a couple of reasons. One, because this is a free pattern and I love anybody that gives us free patterns. But 2, in the title of her listing, she's like, this is free on YouTube. Don't buy it here. She's like, she listed it on Etsy, and so it's available if you want to buy it. And I'm someone who would buy it because I like written patterns. So even if I know something's free, I might do it the free way on YouTube the first time, but if I'm gonna make it again, I'm gonna buy it because I keep all of my crochet patterns filed on my iPad where I can search for them and I can make notes on them and I can do whatever. I can notate any changes I'm gonna do every time I make them. Like I like to do it that way. So I would buy it anyway, but I love that she like doesn't make any qualms about it. She's like, I'm not gonna just trick you into buying it at Etsy while I still have it over on YouTube for free, because goodness knows I've done that many times where I bought a pattern on Etsy only to find out that it was free on YouTube. But she's like, no, hey, you over here, I'm free. I'm free on YouTube, don't buy. Look at the description, don't buy till you look at the description and find out that I'm free on YouTube. Go. She's a class act. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Nikkiis Cute Creations, for that. That alone would make this an A pattern for me. That and the fact that it works up nicely, it would be an A pattern for me because that just is that's a classy designer who I appreciate. This guy's really cute. He worked up really easy. He has some really nice shaping on the face. Really love these ears, and I'm gonna tell you how she did them because it's a free pattern on YouTube, so you can find out for free anyway. But these are done in rows. And what I really like about this, and keep in mind, it's a no-sew pattern, I know. And it really is a no-sew pattern. I would call this a no-sew pattern. But when you get to this top row and you have your yarn tail, she tells you how to weave it in, how to come down and weave it in so that you get just the right curl here. So when you're weaving in, you don't just weave in any old way, you weave in how she tells you to. And you get this cute little floppy curl that is perfect for your dog. I think it's great. The only other thing on this pattern, I wish, all these things are crocheted in, I wish I had stuffed this dog less because he's like this. He's like, oh, like I could bring these in and let's let him relax. He can relax, but no, as soon as you just, and that's because I stuffed him too much. I stuffed him too much, and I barely stuffed him at the top here, but I really stuffed the body too much. You can see he's kind of chonky, a little chonky. And the tail I didn't do too bad. So the tail's got, well, I overstuffed this. I overstuffed this dog. Hi, my name is Karen and I have a stuffing problem. I either overstuff or I understuff. There's not a lot of perfect stuffing going on in my world. But this guy overstuffed I overstuffed him for sure. But he's real cute. And I love the little collar. You can make it any color you want. It's super cute. This is a great pattern. You can get this on Etsy for $3.50 if you would like the actual written pattern, or you can go to YouTube and have it for free. The choice is yours. Super cutie. Number 5. Number 5. Number 5. Okay, number 5. Oh, this one is really fun. Okay, this one's, let me put it up on the screen first. I'm gonna put it over here. This is the Crochet Chunky Pug. And it is $2.03 on Etsy. And it's by Papuditoys. Papuditoys. I don't know how to say it. But I'm gonna link it for you. And it is super cute. I love the little tongue. I love how the little legs are just dangling there. It's kind of like stylistic, but also adorable. And it looks so cute just on the little hand. It's just so cute on the person's little hand. And I'm thinking it's gonna be a cute little, it is not little. Where's my guy? Come on over here. He turned out pretty darn big. And I love him. I do love him. He's real cute, guys. He is real cute, friends. Okay, there's lots of sewing, so you either get over that or don't. That's up to you. There's lots of sewing. You're sewing on everything. The ears, the tail, the little feetsies, the muzzle, the tongue, even the collar. You're sewing it all on. It's not hard, but it is a thing that you have to do. So he looks like he's going to be a super simple guy. This guy actually took quite a while to make. It remains to be seen if I think he's worth the time that I spent making him. I think he is right now because I really like him and I think he's super cute. Okay, there were some directions that were a little vague in the process. One I want to mention is this muzzle. It's super cute. I have fuzz everywhere. Oh my gosh, why do you people put up with me? All right, this little muzzle, it in my mind clearly needs to be stuffed. There were no directions to stuff it. But I made the executive decision that it did need to be stuffed because I think it's too big to not stuff. Maybe if you were making it in a smaller yarn, you would feel like you didn't have to stuff it. Like I said, the direction's not there to stuff it. I don't know if that was missed or the designer just doesn't intend for it to be stuffed, but I stuffed mine. How you sew things on is pretty vague as well. You kind of just have to, but there's pictures that help. And so I took advantage of those. These ears, I want to say first, I think they're adorable. These are really cute ears and they look really good on this pug. They are strangely asymmetrical when you're crocheting them. And I did not know how that was going to turn out. And then once you've crocheted the whole thing, you know, you have to push it flat to single crochet across and then sew it on. All right, I like that. But I couldn't, because it's asymmetrical, it was really kind of hard for me to figure out how they wanted me to flatten it. Which direction? I don't know. My brain doesn't always work the same as other people's. So it took me a minute. Obviously, you can tell, I think, more on this one. It kind of curves in here and it's more curves out over here. So it's definitely, I wasn't sure which way they were supposed to point, and it doesn't really tell you. You just have to go by the pictures and hope for the best, which is what I did. And I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. Also, this tongue. Have we talked about this tongue? I mean, so cute. This one just has really cute details. It also was a relaxing make, I want to say. For rows and rows and rows, you're just doing single crochets. And if you put a stitch marker, you barely have to count. And it was super relaxing. It was a really fun project for me. It took a long time because you make all the pieces and you have to sew them on, and this piece in the middle is just a little time consuming, but it's not unpleasant. It was, in fact, one of the most pleasant makes I think I made this week because it was super enjoyable for me. So I love it. I do love it. I don't know that it would be a good market make because I think it takes longer to make than I don't know, what would you guys charge for this? I don't do a lot of markets. I think he probably took me a couple hours to make. I'm not a fast crocheter. I'm not in a hurry. I take lots of breaks. I answer the phone a lot. I talk to my kids a lot. I play with the dogs a lot. I'm not very time conscious when I'm crocheting, but this one took 2 or 3 hours probably for me to do. So I don't know, is he worth that? You tell me. Did I tell you the pattern there was only $2.03? The pattern there was only $2.03, so there's that. That's kind of a steal. He's cute. I feel like you should make one. It's just me. I'm gonna put him over there. All right. Whew, what do we got? Oh, this one. Okay. This is another one that came from one of you. Bethany reached out to me just a couple days ago and asked if I would be interested in helping with a pattern test for her new dog pattern. And like a weirdo, I said, when? How soon can I make it? Can I have it now? When can you send me that pattern? I'd like it right this second, please. Because I'm thinking amazing timing. I have a puppy roundup coming in just a few days. I would love to test your puppy. So I got myself into this tester group. Thank you so much, Bethany. And Bethany hooked me up. Now this one is not going to be released till September 1st. So I do not have a listing picture to show you. I am going to show you the picture that she posted on Instagram. So I'll put that here. It's cute. It's named Belle the Labrador. She's pretty sweet. And I did not exactly make Belle the Labrador. I thought, you know what, I don't want to make a yellow dog because I already made this guy. And they have a similar vibe. They're totally different patterns, obviously. And this one's a splooted out guy, and that is a sitting pattern. And they're just different. They're just very different. Anyway, as I was making it in this Burnett blanket kind of speckled yarn, the same yarn I used here, kind of thinking it would have like a speckled, I don't know, I thought it would be cool. It was not cool. I didn't end up loving it and kind of abandoned it pretty near the end. I made it almost to the end before I abandoned it because it was just whispering in my ear. It was saying, Karen, make me in red. And I said, red? I should make it in red because it looks like Clifford. In my mind, this dog that I was making looked like Clifford. And so I grabbed my red yarn and I made it red. And I have to tell you, I'm obsessed with him in red. I love him so much. How cute would this be as a gift with a Clifford the Big Red Dog book and you gave this with it? What a fun gift that would be. This was such a great pattern. It was super easy. The ear design on this is really clever. I like how she designed the ears because the shape on them is adorable. And it's not, again, this is the trust the process. That is the lesson I learned from the puppies. The puppies have taught me to trust the process when crocheting ears because 3 or 4 times, the ears were not what I expected. When I'm crocheting them, I'm like, no, what are we doing here? This is not right. This is gonna look silly. And I was wrong. How cute are those ears? They're really cute. Also, there is a lot of sewing, not a lot. There's sewing. You have to sew on the ears and you have to sew on these legs, the back legs. You don't have to sew on these and you don't have to sew on the tail. It's like 50-50. It's 50-50 sew, no sew pattern. And I'm okay with that. He's so cute, guys. He's so cute. Isn't his face adorable? And these ears and the little collar. Now, that's something I might change. And I did tell Bethany that I might change this. I might put an extra row where the neck is because the neck, I think it could be just maybe a little taller so that the collar doesn't get lost as much. I'd have to play around with it. I might add another little row there, and I think I would be happy with that. But I understand why she didn't, because she wants the stability of having it like it is, and I do get that. I do. You'd have to really stuff it a lot more in order to make it work with another row. And I'm okay with that too. So it's a 50-50 sew no sew pattern. It's adorable. Mine is not a Belle, mine is a Clifford, and I love him. And I am probably gonna go buy a Clifford book and give this to the next baby that's born in the family. No, I have safety eyes on it. I'll have to wait till they're at least 3. But then I will. Or I'll take the safety eyes out and embroider eyes. I probably should have embroidered these eyes. I just have to make another one. Anyway, this pattern is not out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link Bethany's Instagram and her Etsy shop down below. I'll link them both so that you know when it's gonna come out and so that you can get to her Etsy shop when it does. Because anytime after September 1st, it should be out and you should be able to purchase it. It's so cute. It's really cute. I like it. Good job, Bethany. Thank you for letting me test it. I really had fun. All right, what is next? Oh, No Sew Chonky Puppy. This No Sew Chonky Puppy is from a designer that I like a lot, momstitchetti. One of the reasons that I like momstitchetti is that she has a very clear, recognizable style. Like when I'm scrolling through Instagram, kind of like I've said this about Crochet.by.sammy too, like there's just some people that when you see a plush come up and you instantly know that's who it's from. I instantly know when I see a Crochet.by.sammy plush, and I instantly know when I see a momstitchetti plush. And I think that's super clever, great branding. I just think it's smart, and I really like seeing that. It just tickles my fancy. I don't know, but this guy is different. I think my first cow pattern I ever made was from momstitchetti. I think I have him. I think he's right. Do you see him? He's right here. This is the first cow pattern. I actually didn't, this is the Highland cow modification of it. I bought the original pattern and then I bought the Highland cow modification. All right, that's silly. We're off topic. We're off task again. What were we saying? Oh yeah, this chonky puppy. Let me show you. He is super duper cute. He's really cute, guys. He is, I picked him because I was gonna pick a loaf dog. Like there's some little loaf puppies. And I was gonna get one of those because you see a lot of loaf kitties and now there's these loaf puppies that I'm seeing around. But this is everything you would want in a loaf dog, like the ease and the speed. It's fast, it's easy, but it's different. It doesn't look the same as everything else. He's cute. He's chonky, so he doesn't look like a lot of he just looks different. He's distinct to me. I really like him. I made him in Bernat blanket. He's got cute little green eyes. I think he's cute. Love this little muzzle detail up here, how that was done. The thing that would make this was, by the way, $3.95 on Etsy, which is not bad. It's a super simple pattern. You could knock these out really fast. What is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 or 12 rows in this. This would go fast to make as a market make. It's no sew technically. It is absolutely no sew, but she gives you the option to surface crochet the ears, or she gives you the directions to make them and sew them on. I think that's brilliant because I am team sew, and I know many of you are team surface crochet. And that's okay. I don't mind surface crochet. I'll do it. I don't avoid it, but if it's gonna be ears, muzzle, like definitely if it's a muzzle, it stresses me out to get it even and get it positioned right, because the stitches just don't always lay in the right places where you get to go in to make your surface crochet, and sometimes stresses me out. So I did sew on my ears for this chonky puppy, and thank you for it. So if you are team sew in a no sew world, momstitchetti's got your back. She's got us. We're good. I appreciate that. I appreciate having that second option and catering to the whole world. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate you. I see you. I see you, momstitchetti. So anyway, this one's really good. I think it's going to be a great market make. The instructions were super clear. There's even a video if you are not adept, if you're kind of new and you're not adept at how to do these clean bobble color changes. She's got a video where she'll show you how to do that. I always appreciate when they give you the extra techniques and things to make this easier. I think it's a good beginner pattern for something that's got a little more technique in it. With the bobbles and the surface crochet, I think it's great. Honestly, I will be making this good. And it's like a little ball. We could just have a lot of fun with this, right? I love him. I don't have a name for him yet. Paul. We're gonna name him Paul. The chonky puppy Paul. Paul was actually my older brother's name. So Paul. We're gonna name him, and I'm gonna have to keep him now that I named him Paul. He can now never leave. He's mine. Ooh, tiny Dachshund. Okay, This next pattern, let's put it here. Let's just switch it up and put it over here. This is a tiny dachshund. We used to have a tiny dachshund. Her name was Rosie. She's adorable. She's like 10 pounds and nothing. She is super cute. So I always look for dachshund patterns, and I don't find a lot that I love. But this little one, for some reason, kept talking to me. I love that it's got the little sweater option. I didn't even do that. I just did it all one color. Let me show you. It is by Elegant Purely on Etsy, and it is only $2.74. It's cute. He's really cute. I like him. He's simple. He's easy. You crochet in the tail. You sew on the ears. You sew the head to the body. Basically, you're just doing this little cone shape with a little bit of a swish here, a little bit of shaping here, and then this bullet body with some bobble stitches, and that's it. It's very simple, and that's the only reason I was less impressed with it than I could have been. It's a solid pattern. It's really pretty good. I do wish that these ears, my ears flare out, and I wish they laid a little better. Her ears in her picture, or his ears, their ears in their picture lay better than mine, and maybe I sewed them on poorly. That's possible. Now that I'm looking at it, I maybe could have done a better job. We'll see if I do it again. But it is a really simple pattern, and it's priced as a simple pattern. It's only $2.74. And it would be a quick, easy market make too. I think, honestly, anytime you're making something that's as specific as this, like a little dachshund, people see it, you're gonna have people that are gonna buy it, right? People who have dachshunds are gonna be like, oh my God, it's so cute, and they're gonna wanna take it home with them. And I never think it's a bad idea to have specific dog breeds, like dog plush that you can specifically tell is a certain breed. I think that goes over big. And so this guy would be a win in that regard. And he's so super easy. You do have to sew the head to the body. I wish that wasn't so. I don't know why. I don't mind sewing, but the positioning of the head to the body, I don't know. I think he could be cute. I like him. I don't dislike him. He's not my favorite in today's roundup, but he's cute and he's a good pattern. You're okay. You're okay. It's okay. All right, three left, and there are three really good ones. All right, we are gonna do number 9. This is the puppy that honestly started this whole thing. This is the one that made me decide I had to do a puppy roundup. This is the Mix and Match Puppy from Wonder Crochet. And let me just I'm gonna put it here. Here's the Mix and Match Puppy from Wonder Crochet. $7.19. It's a pricier pattern, but it's mix and match. You can make endless dogs with it. There's like 2 or 3 different snouts, 3 or 4 or 5, so many different ears, tails. You can mix and match all the pieces, and there's different color changes, and she walks you through it all. The pattern is phenomenal. So when you break it down, $7.19, not bad. Honestly, I promise you it's not bad. Let me show you my guy. This is my guy. He doesn't look like my dog, but I made him. I think he's adorable. I love so very many things about this pattern, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, this is the best pattern, in my opinion, in today's roundup. This is just beyond any other patterns that I tested this week, and I'm gonna tell you a lot of the reasons why. First, it's just so thoughtfully and lovingly crafted and designed, like every little aspect. Look at these cute little paws. I mean, the body color, and then the accent color, and the way that these little baubles lay. I mean, they're the cutest little paws. They're not complex necessarily, but they're just so well done. These are crocheted in, but they're crocheted in, and look, they're still squishy. It's not crocheted in like a lot of times when you crochet something in, let me see, you can see, like you flatten it out. You have to flatten it all the way out to crochet it in, right? This is not that. This is crocheted in, and you could still get stuffing in and out of there after you crochet it in. Like you have to crochet in one side at a time. Beautifully done. The muzzle, the way she has shaped this face and this muzzle to get this little bump up here and still keep it nice and flat down here, and it's so It's so well done. I just can't even tell you how well done this is. I can tell, I have done Wonder Crochet patterns before. It's been a while. It makes me excited to see what she's gonna do next. Back here, the way she made this little arched back here and she used different stitches, not just single crochets in here, to kind of get the shaping in the arch and the looseness that you kind of want in that puppy's back. It's just so smart. It's so smart. It's so well done. As someone who likes to design my own patterns and hopes someday to feel ready to design patterns for other people, these are the kind of patterns I love making. They challenge me. They make me think differently. They make me think of different ways I could accomplish the things I'm trying to accomplish with patterns. And I can just tell how much thought and love and energy she puts into her designs. It makes me so excited to see what she's going to keep bringing us. I am so excited. Allison, her name is Allison. I don't know Allison. She doesn't know me, but her name is Allison. I love watching her videos, and I'm going to have to do all of her makes. I really love this pattern. You should go get this pattern. Everybody should have this pattern. It's a little expensive, I know, but you get so much from it, and I don't think you'll regret it. If you have any need for a dog pattern, consider this one. I really, really like it. It is downsides. It is complex. It's complex and a little complicated, but it is so, the directions are written, it's so clearly and it's so well organized that it's still very much a joy to make, even though it takes some time and you really have to invest some time into doing it. It is not a quick project either. This was not a quick project. It was honestly one of my favorites to make, but it is not quick, but it is amazing. This would be something that I think would be a great custom make if you were custom making for people, for dogs that look like their dogs. You could custom make these. You could get faster at it. You guys are probably so much faster than I am at crocheting, because I am not crocheting. Speed is not my goal when I'm crocheting. So I'm not slow, but I'm not speedy either. It's so cute. You do have to sew the head to the body, but that's it. It's a joy. I love it so much. I'm gonna put them over here, and we're gonna move on to the last two patterns. Okay, this one is so cute. This next one I'm gonna show you is just sweet and adorable, and I don't even have a ton to say about it, but it's just so stinking cute. It's a 3-pack. You get a puppy, a bunny, and a cat. Let's put it here. I'll put it over here. And in blankets. How cute are they? $3.91 for all three. And the pattern's written nicely. It's by PlushiCoPatterns, who I think I have had patterns from before. It is so simple. It is so fast. You make all the tiny pieces. You start making, you make the legs and come up the body, and you crochet in the arms, you crochet. It's super fast and easy. It goes together really, really nice. It's no sew. The downsides, the pieces are teeny tiny. Let me show you my guy. I didn't even show you my guy. He's so cute, right? He's so cute. You can take him out of the blanket and he's adorable. Look, there's his little tail. Like, you could just make this if you wanted to, and this would take you 0 time to make. This is so fast. It's super little, super cute. I made this with Zaddy Crafts yarn, which I think I might have mentioned. I'm obsessed with Zaddy Crafts yarn. It just is so expensive to ship to the US, like $50 to ship it to the US if I buy it. And Zach, are you out there? If you see this, if you could hook us up with cheaper shipping to the US, I promise I would buy it all the time. I love Zaddy Crafts. It is my favorite yarn to crochet with currently. It's kind of like a cross between Posh and Cozy Cub. In my opinion, it's kind of like the best of both of them all put into one yarn. I love it. Anyway, he's adorable. You could do him just like this, or you could make the blanket, which maybe takes less than 10 minutes to make. It takes no time to make the blanket either. They're both so easy, and it's so cute. I made this, obviously. This is Premier Parfait Chunky Palm yarn, and it's adorable. I don't have much else to say about this one. It's just so cute. I feel like it speaks for itself. And I love that you can just embroider on, so you can give this to little kids. Like, if I made this in all different colors and animals, and I gave these to my nieces, nephews, cousins, all the little kids at a family party, it would be a good day. They would all lose their minds at the cuteness. It is so good. And they would be so fast for me to make. I could literally do that. I could give out 10 of these a day. We have a huge family here in Kansas City. I could give out 10 or 15 of these in one day, and it would not kill me to make them. And they would all be so happy, and they're safe because there's no safety eyes. They're adorable. It's really cute. This is a really good pattern. I like it a lot. Almost didn't buy this one. I can't believe I almost didn't buy it. I looked at it and I thought, no, it can't be that easy. That's not gonna, it is pretty easy. I really like it. Okay, I told you moments ago that Wonder Crochet's pattern was hands down the best pattern in this video. And I told the truth. But that puppy was not my favorite puppy that I made this week. It's the best pattern, no doubt about it. But we are about to see my favorite puppy that I made this week. And I'm so excited to show you. It's our last make of the day. It is Pax the Labrador from IdunCreations, IdunCreations on Etsy. $6.93. I'm gonna put it up right here. Pax the Labrador. And I looked at this pattern and I'm like, there's no way this is gonna work out this cute if I do it, because he's in this play pose, and you know that play pose. If you know dogs, you know that play pose. It's adorable. And his little tongue sticking out, and I just think he's the cutest. And I'm like, oh, that looks really hard. I don't know. Surely it's not as good as it looks. So I hesitated and hesitated, but I got him. And oh my goodness, friends. Oh, he is so cute. Can you stand him? Okay, I have so much to say. All right, you remember back on Snuggle Beans Crochet's Splooting dog packs, I said that the ears were a little bulky. Look at these ears. These ears are perfection for this guy. They lay so nice. They are also a trust the process moment for me when I was making the ears. I had to trust the process because what I was making it felt uneven and lopsided, and I'm like, how is this gonna work? And it does. They're beautiful. They're shaped like a dog's ears should be shaped. They're beautiful. I have so many things to say about this. This tongue, adorable. The little bottom lip so that where the tongue's coming out of, adorable. These front paws are like the easiest part of the make right here. The shaping on the face, so well done. You do have to sew all the things. You sew all the things. Literally all the things get sewn. The ears, the tail, the legs, the head to the body, the tongue to the face, the lip to the face. All the things get sewn. So if you really feel strongly about sewing, this is not a pattern for you. But if you're open to it and you don't mind, I did this in Bernat Blanket. Bernat Blanket is not hard to sew with. So I think it's worth it. She encourages you to do whatever you want with the head placement. So I cocked his head on purpose, so his head's kind of cocked to the side, just because my dogs do that. My dogs are always like, when they're excited or wanting to play, and I thought he was so cute. Okay, let me show him off. Look at this body. Look at the shape of this body. I don't know if you guys can see, but the way that the stomach kind of comes up here, and you can see the muscle, like the big broadness of the chest here, and the tail up in this playful pose, and these legs in the back look like, it looks like you think it should. It is so cute. I wonder if I can put him on let me see if I can put him on here and you guys can see him up in his, yes, look at him. Look at him in his little play pose. He is so cute. Okay, tips. Trust the process on the ears. Absolutely. When you do the body, I'm gonna suggest, look at all this, there's all this shaping in here that just makes sense. I'm gonna suggest that when you do the body, keep track of the positioning of the body, because it is really hard after the fact to remember. I was playing with the body and I was like turning it around, like, does it go this way? No, does it go that way? It took me a minute to figure out the right way, and this is definitely the right way. He's perfect. Also, you stuff everything really tightly except for these back legs. These back legs are only stuffed at the foot. This whole upper part is completely unstuffed. And that went against the grain because did I mention I have a stuffing problem? She says, don't stuff it. It'll be fine. And it'll make it easier for it to form to the body. And it sure does. These formed nicely to the body when I was sewing them. and it still stays in its shape. And it's gorgeous. This feels like art. I feel like this is art. I feel like I have created art and yarn. Which honestly we always are, right? We're always creating art. But this one feels special for some reason. I love it. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this designer and seeing what else they come up with. They have a lot of patterns out, so go check them out for sure. Like I said, I'll be linking it down below, but this is my favorite make of this whole video. While the Wonder Crochet I Stand By is the best pattern, this is my favorite thing that I made. I love it. I just absolutely love it. Oh, my dogs are outside barking at me. It's like they know I'm playing without them and they want to come in. I'm just really proud of this one. I don't know that I'll be able to give this one away. I mean, I might. I probably will. I don't know. We'll see. But I really love it. I'm going to keep showing it to you while I figure out how much I love it. Anyway, that was our roundup for today. I hope you guys loved it as much as I did. I had so much fun with all the puppies. I can tell you that my next roundup I've already started working on, and it's Halloween plush. I have already picked out and purchased 5 or 6 of the patterns that I'm going to use. So I have room for another like 3 to 5 patterns to add to it. If you guys have one that you've been eyeing or that you love that you just did, or one that you're like on the fence about buying, let me know, because I'm going to try and get that out. Let me know immediately, because I'm going to be trying to get these done by the weekend so I can get the video out early next week before I go on vacation, because I don't know if I'll get a video out while I'm on vacation. So I really want to get that out first. Early September sometime, very early, the first few days of September, it'll hopefully be up. So let me know right away if you have any Halloween patterns you've been looking at. I have a few that I definitely wanted to do, but I'm on the fence on the others. I've got some in my cart that I have not purchased yet because I'm kind of on the fence and I'm wanting to make sure I pick wisely. I choose wisely. So let me know. Otherwise, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys as always. Thanks so much to everyone for always being here and hanging out. I'll be back. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.